Okay, so I'm gonna teach you how to use the template in order to see what is visible on Instagram. So if we take a peek at Instagram, so I'm just gonna pull that up really quick. What you see here is on my profile, I'm just gonna use one of my recent posts. So this is a 4:5 on my scrolling feed. So if someone comes across my photo, it's a 4:5. If it's on my profile, it's a 1:1, right? If you have a reel, those are 9:16. So this one here is a good example of that. That's a 9:16. So the cover is a 9:16. And then on my feed, this is what the square looks like, which it does look like it's a little shifted for some reason. And then when someone came across it on my feed, it was a 4:5. So in order to know what's going to show on each screen, I have a template that you can use. So for that, let's just say you have a story photo. I'm going to use a photo of me. So you put your photo there first. So this would be like your cover for your reel. It especially works well with a reel, to be honest, because you can do the reel cover and then know what it looks like on the feed and then also on your profile at the same time. But I also like to use it for a still post that's a 4:5 so I can take up more of the screen, right? So what I have is a photo of me, and then I want to make this into a post. So maybe I just have a quick little title. So I'm going to add, this is my title. Obviously we can't see that right now. I'm going to increase this size. And then what I'm going to do is actually put a square behind the title. So I'm going to take this, just fit it right to that title. I'll resize it in a second. So let's just say, there, it's right in the center. I'm going to select them both, group them together, and then I'm just going to move it. I'm going to put it right here, okay? So as always, abiding by the square around the post, you always want to put your text inside that square. That's like the safe zone. So if anything is important, make sure you keep it in that rectangle there. So I'm going to move this in a little bit so my face isn't cut off by the rectangle. So again, just kind of clicking this and dragging to the side. Perfect. Okay. So now what I have here, if I go to my uploads, I'm going to grab my template. So there's my template. Okay, so this is what that is, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm in a 9:16. So the purple is the 9:16, the blue is a 4:5, the green is a square, or the 1:1. So this is a 9:16 post. So I'm going to take this, put it in one corner, and then drag this until it fits. Okay, so see how purple is the 9:16? So now what I'll do is go to transparency and just knock it down a little bit. Okay, so if, oh, I drug it too much and it replaced my photo. Okay, so now I'm going to do transparency. Okay, so now you can see the post behind the screen. So if I were to post this right now, what you see in the green box is what would show on my profile. What you see in the blue rectangle would be what would be shown if someone was scrolling Instagram and they came across my post on their feed. What is shown in purple is what will be on the Reels cover. So you can see exactly what's going to show up on the whole post just by using the template. So I'm going to drag this template off because I don't like how the green is cutting off my face, right? So I want my face to be on the post in my feed. So I'm just going to drag my little template away. And then I'm just going to select this post. I'm going to resize it so I can make my face be a little bit farther down. Obviously this photo is not ideal because it's a landscape photo, but we're going to make it work for the purposes here. So there we go. So I drag it over. Oh, obviously my title's on my face. So I'm going to move that now. I'll put that right there. There. Oh, Control Z that. So when that happens, it just means that this photo is fulfilling the background. So if that happens when you land and when it lands on the photo, if it switches like that, all you have to do is hit Command Z and it'll undo it and just put it where it's supposed to be. So this is what will be shown now. So as you can see, the important elements are in all of the things. So that's the goal of it, right? You want to make sure that things are shown on each of the screens. So 1 to 1, 4 to 5, 9, 16. So on my reels, if I just delete this, what's going to show on my reel cover is this whole thing. What's going to show on my 4-5 cover is anything that's in that blue rectangle. So it'll be cut off right above my elbow, right? And then the green one is what will show when I'm scrolling my profile. So this is really useful because you can see what your post will look like across all different screens. And if you keep your text, like I said, in between these lines, you know that you're going to be in the safe zone, even if it expands it by just a little bit, because there is a 2-3 now. So if it expands it a little bit, you know you'll still be safe. So once again, just dragging that over. Now to show you what the same process looks like in a 4-5, so I can do Instagram portrait, because it is a little bit different. So if I'm in an Instagram portrait, if I copy and resize this, you're gonna see that everything is different sized, right? So now the purple box doesn't fit because now I'm measuring based on the blue box. So all you do, what you can do is either drag this down until it hits blue. That's not my preferred method. My preferred method is to take this and stretch it until you can match up the blues. So see how that was stretched a little too much, so I'll stretch it a little less. So the blue goes in the corner, and then take this and drag it until the blue is in the other corner. So blue in the corner, and then blue in the corner, right there, okay? So now, see how that just happened again, so Command Z. So what is in the blue will be what is shown. And if I show you this in full transparency, you'll see it looks more blue. So what's in the blue and what's in the green? What's in the green will show on the actual profile, and then what's in blue will show on the feed. So now I know that if I want to post a photo onto my Instagram account, I want to make sure I take up as much real estate as possible on the scroll. So that's how I have a 4-5. That's why I have the 4-5 post. And then on my profile, what I don't want to happen is like my face to get cut off or the text to get cut off. So what I do is I put this template on top of it, and then I can see exactly what it's going to look like on both screens. So because this is a bigger screen, you know, you could fill it up a little bit more because you know what it's going to look like. So if I was like this, and then I took my title and I made it a little bit bigger, right? So there's no guessing. So now I can put this over it. Blue matches up. So that's exactly what would show. So all the way down to my jeans, the whole thing would show on my 4-5, and then on my profile, just what's in the green would show. So that's how you use this template to get it into your files. It is an upload, so what you can do is just download it from the Google Drive folder that I sent to you, and you can drag and drop it onto anything. So if I just had this as a file on my computer, I can go to my documents, drag and drop it on top of a Canva post, and it will be in my uploads folder. And then you just grab it from your uploads folder whenever you need it and drop it into the post that you're doing so you can check it out. Let me know if that doesn't make sense, and should be good to go.